Welcome back, Blade fans. OG Blade Reviews here. And wanted to welcome you back and once again remind you that my old name is This Old Sword and my new name is OG Blade Reviews. There you have it. Look at this jewelry-like looking knife we've got on the table today. This is from Kizer. This was sent my way for review, and I thank the folks at Kizer for exposing me to new designs and new blades. This is by Alex Berkowitz. I have not heard of that designer before. It is a kind of a delicate looking, lightweight knife that for all the world, yes, looks like a straight razor. That was my first impression, and you can see by the thumbnail that I sort of, riffed on that with the background image being that of a shaving setup, old style, with the lather and the brush and all that good kind of stuff. So this kind of brings me back to that, although that method of shaving is one that I never used, and I don't know. Maybe I need a shave and get rid of a little of the beard and trim it up with this guy. So this is called the Mercury. I believe this is not the only color. I'll leave you some links, but this was the one I was attracted to when I was asked which one I wanted to review. It is extremely lightweight. It is a titanium gold anodized handle with an S35BN blade that is hollow ground. And although it is a fairly narrow blade, you can see that hollow in there if I shine a light on it the right way. It's definitely a hollow, very similar to a straight razor. So we're getting a pretty fine edge out of a fairly narrow blade. And I think the texturing on the handle is great, that millwork. The whole thing, if you put it in with like your rings and your watch and whatnot, it would fit right in there. Maybe this is like a Sunday go to church sort of, or whatever your Sunday activities may be, type of knife. You can see it's got a pretty good thickness to it, and that carries right out to the tip. So a good detail cutter this way, and a good push cutter, even maybe for boxes and whatnot. You'll be surprised with the specs as far as the weight goes and all of that. And why don't we just jump right into that, and then we can discuss some other features and aspects of this pretty modern looking take on a straight razor. Let me see if I can back out a little first though. There we go. I think that'll be better. Now we can get the whole naff in the picture. So we're just short of 7.5, call that about a 7.4 inch overall, and about a 3.2 inch blade, cutting edge. So what did I just give you? Yeah, the blade is 3 1/4, cutting edge is 3.2. What else have we got going here? Well, we've got some thicknesses to show you in millimeters. 2.9 millimeter blade stock, which works out to be 0.11. And we've got a handle thickness, 0.47. It's, fairly square because it's not that tall. So the thickness and then the squareness of it kind of give you that impression of having an almost square handle on the cross section. In ounces, call it 2.11 ounces. Light, no matter which way you cut it. We have any weight relieving? Yeah, we've got weight relieving inside. See if we can get a little more light in there for you. Always digging in my pocket for a light. There we go. Look at that. Pretty deep pockets. Do you have deep pockets? Just on the show side. That is enough to give us the 2.11 ounces, though. It is a nested hidden liner lock in that titanium frame, so not really enough room here to make it a frame lock. So the liner lock should suffice, and the lockup is tight, as you might expect from Kizer. Just they do bang up job with all their designs and models, and this is way different from what you might have seen so far from them. You know, as soon as I saw this, I said, I know what I'm going to compare it to. So here are two. Here is the Petrified Fish Scholar, and it's a larger knife. I got a nice hefty fingerprint on it too, so we can get rid of that. This one is in, I think K110. What is it? No, 154 cm. Wow, fooled me. You don't see that too often from Petrified Fish. This knife goes back, got it over a year ago. But look at that. Yet a different form. Here we've got obviously a little more belly. And on a straight razor, you probably don't want a belly because you're going to cut yourself, but that's the way they designed it. Look how huge this knife looks next to the Mercury. And this is a pretty good sized knife. The handle gives me about 3/4 to an inch left over. Got a nice choil on this. It is also hollow ground. Interesting how they do try to make it like a straight razor. And here's the ginormous one of the bunch. This is the O Knife Freeze 3. I think this was a special run. It is, as you can see, Damascus, some sort of stainless Damascus. There you see O Knife. And it is the Freeze 3. When I think of Freeze, I think of Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the Batman series. Pretty heavily branded on this one. Got a serial number and everything. I think it was a limited run. It looked interesting to me. I don't generally like, excuse the pun, pointless knives. I usually like to have a point on my blades, but these three obviously don't have much of a point. Very wide here, big finger choil, medium finger choil, no finger choil. So an interesting set, if nothing else. Line them all up for you. So look at that. Got an angle going from the smallest to the largest. Very similar blade shapes, though, I think you would agree. Fuller on this one. Crazy drop shut. And this is a very nice, useful knife. And I think that the Mercury can sort of fall into that same category. If you find that you have a use for this style knife. Could almost be a third pocket knife, but it's a little longer than that. And there it is next to the venerable Rat 1. Now that Rat 1 and the Freeze 3, they're about the same size. Both very large knives. Under 4 inches, but getting up there. Another look around. As I say, real interesting, fine detail. Looks delicate, but it's a solid titanium handle. Open, wide open, cut open in the back there. Just got kind of a carved, almost kind of like a gold ingot sort of look to it. You know, something you'd buy in store. It's got the titanium clip that is only on one side. I think they would have messed up the left side of the knife had they made a provision for it. It screws in with one screw from the inside, and no doubt it's keyed in so that it doesn't slop around into the titanium handle. Action on it, you know, it's not drop shut, but great snappy action on the flipper. And it almost completely hides inside the handle, just raises up a little bit. Really nice. And so I thank Kizer for getting in touch with me. It's the first couple of Kizer knives that this one and the chili pepper that I did a review on previous to this one first two knives that Kizer had reached out and asked me if I wanted to review. So, you know, that's pretty much my honest assessment of it. I don't think there's anything bad about the knife. It's a particular type of blade, more used for cutting and a little bit of point scoring and detail work, as opposed to any kind of thrusting. I don't see this by any means as a self-defense knife, although, you know, tactical. Just about anything could be used in the right hands. There you go. Cut test. Almost forgot. For what it's worth. Yeah. I'd say it's sharp. Could be sharper, sure. Could always put it on the old strop. Well, there you go. OG Blade, signing out. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. I'll be back soon. Got more good stuff coming up. Be well.